when they were, is that Dory, Uncle David, and your grandpa? What do you think of that? See all those pictures.
This is the home where Russell was born.
But then she'd lay out, she'd go out.
And right out there, at those trees, was the schoolhouse.
She started calling Bertha. And, or she was young.
Oh, you gotta stay right there, so you can tell them the story.
Here's where Allie Stamon lived, the farm, and she walked right down here, and there's the schoolhouse. See how far away it is. That's where Grandma went to school, and her grandparents. And her mother went to school there, as well as her children. Here's a better shot from the other side. So there's where Grandma lived while she was born. And there's the corn crib that her father was building when her mom died. And as we cut over this way, there's the schoolhouse from here.
She lived in that house?
This is Betty and Merle's honeymoon
You
cottage.
lived in that house? For how long?
You hear Grandpa talking about that when he was a
Here's
little
where
boy.
Grandma and Grandpa lived, of course.
I remember.
Up 3,000 feet here.
The side of the
You
house
remember
looks
the
the same.
Groovies?
Do I remember them? Grandma.
All of
Do
you.
I remember?
Well,
Yeah.
one.
Here's a shot of where Russell and Ione lived when Merle was growing up. They used to walk right up this road. And they went to school. There's the timber. All overgrown now. There's the house in the road. Now, up the road a little bit more from Russell and Ione's house. This is Ione's grandma, Ida Mae Thompson. This is where she lived. And this is the house where little Merle used to stop and get his ham salad sandwiches before he got to the schoolhouse on his way to school. He'd come right down this road to school. And here's the schoolhouse. This is the rest of the road. Just past Grandma Ida Mae Thompson's house now. Then we'd go right up this road to the schoolhouse. The old outhouse.
But then, see, I had traps set all along here to catch mink and all that stuff, and then I'd check them on the way up, and then I'd come up and build a fire.
What would you do with those minks?
Skin them. So, mostly skunk. And this was the coal house where we kept the cobs and the coal to build the fire. And here we go inside.
Uh-oh.
When was the last time somebody was in here?
About 100 years ago.
At the party, Beth and all of them came out there. Right there.
There's a little room where they hung their coats.
This is the stove. I don't know that stove
This house is really coming off.
But this petition, Grandpa put in, I think.
This wall was put in when Grandpa Mike lived here as a home.
I'm not sure of that. Well, I guess the other door.
And the bay window too.
Oh,
Where is this place?
that's the back of a tree. We're going to the outhouse.
I said take a picture of sitting on here, Patty.
Is it cars or anything?
Somebody must have.
I can't believe no one did.
Merle loves, what does it say? Merle loves Evelyn?
Oh, look, here's something.
BH.
Oh, a lot of
Let me see. Let me see.
Initials carved in the door.
RM. With Michael?
That's a big one.
BH.
Who's JL?
Mom,
You could reach the
can
door
I take a
from
movie?
Somebody
Please.
dyslexic, there's a backwards key.
down here is where they went down to the creek to get
But I
water.
remember going up a lot.
There's the schoolyard. Outhouse and the schoolhouse. Down to get water from the
Well,
creek.
for years had a pump in it, and he pumped the water over to their trailer. And now I see he put a well down. But it was right along here. That was
Did you come down here to play at recess? And
yeah.
you could just
Well,
go wherever you wanted?
Then I wanted to show you, Patty. We'll go over here, and then we'd race for that hill over there. And if we went fast enough in our 30 minutes, we could coast down 3 times. See Nick way over there? Come on, we'll down so.
Yeah.
Now that's right where I'd run. All of us would run down from school and get right to the top of that hill, and then go down the hill and onto the creek. You see where that dark valley is?
Yeah.
That would be covered with ice. And then we'd slide onto the creek and see who could go the furthest. But if I hurried, I could make 3 times down that hill. And then right over there in that valley, see this other valley right over here? We built a tree, I guess a tree house. We just put branches over the top of it, and that was for boys only. And then there was 2 or 3 girls that couldn't stand it, and they were over there snooping. And this Beverly Dummett's leg came right down through all the branches. And she was in trouble. And then one recess, one noon hour, some of the bigger boys, because there were some boys that were 15 years old still in school.
Whoa.
Sometimes they didn't pass all the time. And they tied another boy to a tree. right down in there somewhere. I'm not just sure where. They tied him to a tree, and then we all went back into school for after school, and the teacher says, well, where's Dale? I don't know. And the teacher had to go back out and find him and untie him and bring him in because the big boys wouldn't do it.
So what would happen when you did something bad at school then? What would happen to the kids that tied him up?
Nothing, because they were bigger than the teacher.
She wouldn't do anything?
You'd report to your folks at night. They had so much trouble with Jordan, Orion,
So that was enough.
that they just didn't do too much.
Is this far enough, Daddy? I'll get out of it.
No, you stay in it.
Come on.
Coal house.
Two generations.
And here's Grandma's grandparents went here, and her mother.
Yes, and that gate.
She went here, and her children. Coal house.
What years did you teach?
I had it all. I had it all figured out. Let's see. I graduated in 23. So I taught in 24 and 5 down in there, and 26, 25, 26 and 27 in the other. So I taught 4 years.
Okay, second question. How old were you?
I was 18 when I started.
Okay. How many students did you have?
Boy, where's our picture?
That's true. There's a picture.
Okay, let's see. It's
2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 there, and I think it was less than the other.
Were they?
Shall I say 12 on the other? 12 on Vincent School, and what was this one?
Okay.
16.
What did this say?
16.
16? 16 in Hall School.
Okay, the next question is, were they all different ages?
Yes, all the way from 6 years to 14, or to
Okay.
6 to 14.
That's almost as old as you were. They weren't that much younger than the teacher.
You know, the student that I had, this one, or no, I called a student that sent me a birthday card, and she's 80 years old. So, you know, 10,
Yeah, she's 10 years younger.
I was
How
90.
old was that student on that end? I'll bet he was over 14.
Well, he was a big boy, and he could have been. Yes, he could have been.
So he'd have been 4 years.
And here's
At least.
Dean's father.
Oh.
He was over 14 because his father kept him home to work in the field when he was in the spring and in the fall. So he was way behind in school.
How did you teach different grades at once?
Well, the older ones I had sitting on one side and then the younger ones in the small seats on the other side. And then my desk was like this, and then the blackboard behind me. So then I'd have them come up and sit in front of the desk on the chairs, and like the first grade, then they go back to their seats after their time, and then the second grade, sometimes it was third and fourth grade together, and then we went on up to the 7th and 8th grade. They came up in front of the desk, and then we had things on the blackboard in the back, if we needed to.
So you kind of divided the sides of the room?
What was that?
You kind of divided the sides of the room?
Sure, each grade came separate. Then they went back and studied. And then there was a shelf under their desk for their books.
Were you married when you were teaching?
What was that last one?
Were you married when you were teaching?
No. I finished teaching in May, the last of May, and I was married the first day of June in 27.
Okay.
If I had gone on to teach in another year, then I had to take a whole summer in DeKalb for school training. And so I decided it just wasn't worth it.
Was that just because the law changed, Grandma? There was just a new law?
Yes, there was a new, I could teach right out of high school at first, but then they made some different arrangements,
We
and
changed it.
we had to have so much training to do it again, or to keep on. So,
Okay, Nick. Loud.
What did you and the students wear to school?
what did I want?
What did you wear? What kind of things did you
What
wear?
did I wear?
And what did the students wear?
What did the
Who's wondering?
students wear? Well, they wore overalls and shirts. Some of them had just overall pants and shirts. And the girls just wore common dresses, but you see the boys all wore overalls, but the girls just wore dresses. And then in the wintertime, they had heavy pants that they pulled on over there and put their dress down in the,
Like your
and
snow
coats.
pants.
Allison, did you, yes, you have another cookie. You got root beer?
Yeah, she said.
Okay,
How long did you teach?
4 years.
What subjects did you teach?
We had reading, writing, arithmetic, and spelling, and penmanship,
We have those
and
things.
geography. Of course, the upper
So do
grades, the upper grades had
same
history
things.
and geography, but the first grade they were taught to read and some arithmetic
Okay.
and to write. They had penmanship then.
Okay. How much money were you paid to be a teacher?
You know, I really forgotten how much I did get. I wonder,
You were paid by the month, weren't you?
yes,
By the month?
I was paid by the month. But I've just kind of forgotten, was it 55 or $65? I don't know. I just can't,
Well, that's
I remember the teacher that I had wasn't much over 100 a
no,
month.
I didn't get,
How did you knew what your teacher made?
I didn't get,
By the district knew how much she made because
it just
our
kind of
dads were
wondered.
all aboard. My dad wrote her checks for a while. He might have been the president of the board.
Do you think I ever got up to 75?
I don't know.
My dad used to say there was only one thing about that teaching of mine. I spent all my money.
Grandma, you should have gone on strike. One teacher, go on strike, just stand outside with a sign.
The whole community would have gone up for grabs.
What would you have been spending all your money on?
clothes
new
and-
dresses.
Clothes and going here and going there. He didn't think I'd spend it where it should be spent.
Saving it.
Fathers never did, or do.
Don't touch that, Nick.
What was that?
What's the next one?
Let's see.
Well, you see what I had on there. That must have been a blouse, and I had a skirt on. See, the blouse had the
That's
Had
true.
bow up on the top there. So I think that was a blouse with a belt around it.
What was your favorite part of the job?
What was my what?
What was your favorite part of the job?
What was my favorite part? Well, we used to have a time when we had all the mothers come too. And we'd have a picnic or a time. And the mothers would all come. I've got a picture of them all standing out in the yard. And I think that was a nice time.
How about your box socials?
Yes, that was good too. I enjoyed the box socials.
That was to raise money for the school.
Yeah, Yes, that
Did the teacher put a box in too then, or was that just, did you make one too, even though you were the teacher?
Yes, I arranged it.
Okay, Nick.
Another cookie.
What was the worst part of the job?
What was the worst part? I think it was in the winter time when it was so cold, and I had a boy that went that built the fire. Went ahead and had the fire in the stove. Built the fire in the stove, so the room would be warm when we got there. But he wasn't always on time, so we'd come in and the school was pretty cold.
What about the little girl with the cold feet?
The girl, she was in Vincent School, and she had to walk so far that her feet many times were frozen when she got there. So I had a pan, and of course we had water from the well across the yard, and she'd have to sit with her feet in that water for a long time to thaw out.
Oh, that's sad.
Did that many times.
How about the long buggy ride that you took with the hot rocks?
Listen to
Yes.
this, Nick.
And I studied for my examination on that first year. That first time I taught without a license the first part of the year. And I took my examination. So I rode in the glass buggy, and it was about 4 miles. 4 miles. And then I studied. I had a nice warm brick that I'd have my feet on. And then, so that,
How'd the brick get so warm?
we heated it in the oven at home
So that
before
was
I
to keep your
left.
feet warm, that hot brick from the oven. You
So,
put that by your feet.
Then I'd have my feet on that and keep it warm, because it took me quite a while.
There's
And
no
one
heat in
time, you know how the harness on the horse, it fastens up in the front so that when the buggy would come downhill, it would fasten and catch there. And one time that was broken, and I came down that hill right
Oh, no.
right in front of our house, that house where you took the picture, and I was coming down that, and the buggy kept coming up on the horse's heels, and she ran and ran. Oh, and I didn't know what she would do when I came to the corner, if she'd go around that corner, why, I'd upset. I didn't know what to do there. I sat pulling the reins, and she couldn't stop. But my brother Lorne saw me coming down that hill, and he knew what had happened. And he ran out right out in front of the house and grabbed the horse by the
A bit.
yeah, by the bits. And he hung on to her until he got her stopped.
Nikki,
I don't know.
Goodness.
that was right where we got out in front of that first house,
Yes,
and your mom took a picture.
Where those two great big dogs were following me?
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
That's-
that's coming right down that hill where we were facing, is where Grandma's talking about.
Because Grandma lived in that house while she was a school teacher.
oh my. If he hadn't been there, I don't know where I would have been.
Yeah.
Maybe I wouldn't even be here today.
In a buggy accident.
I'd have had a buggy accident and a glass buggy.
Yeah. Not only a buggy, but covered in glass.
Oh,
Well, what about,
he happened to be out doing chore or getting ready to ride a cow.
Okay,
Now, did we get all the questions?
Here's the last question. Do you have any stories that you can tell us about when you were teaching?
Just any stories you'd like to tell them. Any
Well,
other
now I-
things you remember?
I just told one, didn't I?
Yeah, that was a good one.
Just told
That was
one.
a good one.
Oh, let's see if
Hey,
I
what
can think
about,
of anything else.
what about when you went to school? And Grandpa took you to school, down at the McMichael School.
Oh, when it snowed, when it snowed so bad and, that sometimes it was 2 feet of snow. And of course, they didn't have anything to take the snow off of the roads then like they do now. And so he'd put on his high boots and carry our lunch pails, and then we'd follow him and step right in his tracks.
Can you imagine that, Nate?
Oh, that's because they couldn't make it through the
Follow.
snow, so her dad would make tracks for her to walk in. Your dad should do that on a snowy day.
I like walking in the deep snow.
Well, that's because you're walking on sidewalks and things, not through woods and
Oh,
where it's really deep.
darn.
That neat.
And that's all your questions?
Yep.
Wait, Nick, I'll take your picture. Hey, Nick, come back outside and I'll take your picture first. Come here.
Show your smiling face now.
We like to have visitors. Yeah. We don't, yeah, you're gonna make it up okay there?
And she the blackboard.
When she taught. I guess originally, these desks were turned, the schoolhouse was just, this was the east before, where it came from. And the desk faced the door. This is what they tell me. We had them turned around for a while, and then Tom Fletcher would come out here and teach once in a while. He wanted them the other way, so people could come in and watch, and they were,
First it faced the door,
yeah.
and the stove was in the back.
But the stove, it is an original stove, but it's
Tells the story.
yeah, that's one of the deals when we bought the place out there in a farm, or out in the country, when the stove had to go with it. with the schoolhouse.
I was there
The wife
before they
wanted
moved it. Oh, it was a mess, I tell you.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, Nikki,
I was there just
you
before
see
they
now
moved it.
how Grandma kept the grades? See those little desks over
Did you
there?
see
That was first and second.
first grade over here?
Then
And see how they get bigger over there? That's just what I told you.
then some of the well-behaved got to sit together. Two of them got together.
And then sometimes they.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
the bell I
That's-
remember.
That's what I used. That was, there'd be the fourth grade, and here'd be the fifth, sixth, seventh.
Grandma,
Mhm.
we want you to go sit up there and be the teacher, and then I want the kids in the desk to take a picture. Put your teacher clothes on.
I didn't have my teacher's clothes on.
Yeah, you sit behind the desk, and you won't see it. Allie, come
I
here.
thought I had more.
Allie, you sit in this little desk.
You see the.
Yeah.
What's that?
Now we keep gathering.
The blackboard?
stuff here and,
This is going back quite a few years.
Yeah. Yeah, that's,
Okay, Nicholas, where are
I
you?
gotta decide where I want them. Next to the desk. You won't be in the picture.
Here's the first.
yeah, this one, this one, here you go, pencil for you, and you should take home. You know, the school was,
The school teacher will
built
hit you
in,
with the
1892, I guess, and, it was originally on Fennel Road, and, there was
was
the
built in
original school, I think, was
1892.
across a road on the, right on the corner of, in the field there, and, not sure, I can't remember what that was called, but,
How did it happen that you got involved in
Well-
saving it?
The wife and I we needed a tax write-off. To tell you the truth. Yeah, that's what our insurance, or our income tax man said, though.
There, like that.
This house was, available out in the country, and, the schoolhouse was on there. They said a little two-room
Tell me.
bungalow out there that we ended up buying, and, then our daughter moved into it, and about the time, that we had the sesquicentennial, somebody come up with the idea of restoring it and, putting a desk in it and that, and that's what,
That turned into quite a project, didn't it?
yeah, you're gonna kid me, yeah.
Keith Skinter, Keeper. Keith, yeah.
Geithner.
And her, and his wife.
What was that? You're from,
Kerry.
oh, Fury.
Brandon was your
Snow country, or a
house
skiing
is
country.
cheerful.
Have a speed jump up there one time?
Oh, yeah, up in, Fox
Right, that was.
Yeah.
See, this is my daughter. Well, she's the younger, but this is Sherry, my oldest daughter, Davis, State Farm, just north of Sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
She teaches in one of the schools or something.
And he's in the bank,
Yeah,
sandwiches.
we've had a lot of fun with David Bradshaw. We stayed out there and walked on, and we've had a lot of fun with
And then here's Betty,
Can't have
his
any
wife.
that. Yeah.
Boy, I guess my manners really went out.
Oh, that's all right. I can't remember names anyway, so.
You aren't that old, are you?
Oh, no, get there.
Well, I'll tell you, names go for me, so do
Yeah.
that. Oh,
We got, some different things around there. Some guy isn't really school related, but, I get a kick out of this here back in 38 and 39.
and this is Allison.
Yeah.
found something like this.
Did you really?
Information.
I think somebody's probably done it.
Yeah, this is old schools.
When you get a desk, the next
And this is 5 to 16.
Wind this one up.
Oh, here, how was it? Well, I said when my picture taken.
Oh, good.
No wonder.
I haven't even thought
Can't keep
about
up with it. It was
I
running.
don't know whether.
Wow, look at that.
A little fast.
Playing an old record player.
Got some Uncle Josh ones in here somewhere. They're talking. Yeah, I don't know if you remember them. You remember Uncle Josh? Yeah, that's got. And we might have some more.
What a
If I do,
bad
I'll
student.
give them, get them over to Iowa.
Wasn't long till we got. Is there just an outside? I had my desk.
Or how do you
For a client in my desk.
Nothing.
The black.
No. Oh. There's no
And
charge.
that's what he said too. that,
No, if you know anybody that wants to come and come through it, we'll gladly open it up. And
there.
it's preferably if it's a little bit warmer because we don't have any other electric heat.
That's Nicholas ringing the bell.
All the firemen will be coming out, and look at that, we're getting our picture. Now all high.
This is Ferndale School, built in 1892.
The outhouse is out back.
I finally heard your
Yeah, she's
voice.
making some noises.
I thought you didn't have a voice. How old are you?
7.5.
Allison hasn't been talking much.
She doesn't want to talk. You think if I tickle her, she'll talk to me? That usually works.
Think so? The doctor asked if she was fighting with her brother, and she wouldn't tell him.
You guys fight? Not much.
Not much. Sometimes. Not
Sometimes.
One more.
That's good spacing now between her and this one.
Yeah, it'll be nice. I'm really excited. Hopefully we won't be back to this hospital until then.
But of course, see, in the summer and spring, we see a lot of fractures because that's when they go out, go on the bike.
Couches, so that's kind of a
You
year
know, odd
round
things. One time we had a kid who went swimming, he stepped on something in the pool and came with this horrible infection in his foot. You know, odd, freaky accidents.
How's Nicholas, little Nicholas? That's our neighbor that.
Little
fell off the
Nicholas.
tree.
Nicholas went home.
He did. Because he had surgery. They still let him go home.
They went. There was nothing much there. Just to check him. Just to check him is what he did. Okay, we ready? Let's see. Oh, gee, this is gonna be a challenge with that sling. Okay, I have to put it in here, okay?
It's a special thing to hold your arm up, Allie.
It's gotta be
A
high.
sling, just like the glitter plugs that he used to have.
Who had a sling, Grandpa?
Yeah.
I asked Allie though, and she doesn't remember it.
It's harder to get with this
I
thing.
didn't say much. I just want to check this. This is still low. It should be like, let's see, there's no more.
That comes to the end of the Velcro.
And yeah, that's the end of it too. Maybe at home you
Does
could just
this-
like use.
Does this thing make it any different? Does this tighten up?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, you could make it higher with this.
Are we ever gonna get this hair brushed out, you think?
Maybe just slow this a little bit, yeah. This could be high, so that the swing will finger will start hurting pretty soon. They're gonna get bigger if you keep it down. And when you're laying in bed or wherever, be sure you have a pillow underneath it, okay? No, it's better. Yeah, it's better. I'm sorry. Yeah. She didn't have any special orders. She just wanted to know what was going to go by it. I said, Mom said, I'm not going to you know, the kids thing.
Who said that?
You said he would do something on Tuesday?
Right.
He's the locker, so that's what I told her.
Hi, Allison.
Did you check the closet?
Hi. So, how did you sleep last night? Goo gaga.
Allison.
How did you sleep last night? Goo gaga.
I'm just looking for a child wheelchair.
Oh.
If I don't find one within the next couple minutes, I'll just bring her a big one.
That's fine, thanks.
So, Allison, tell me how it was. Bad. How about your sleep? Good. Finally, I got a good word out of you. How does your arm feel? Good.
That's better, huh?
In a couple of days, we're gonna get another one on. One that I could put my name on.
They said that one will probably be colored, and she can maybe pick what color she wants it.
Guess what? You can even pick one with shapes on it. Because my friend, when he broke his arm, guess what? He got a White Sox one. One with the White Sox sign on it.
That's silly.
Ugh, don't get too close.
Is you a monster?
Yikes.
You have to take this pillow.
We go. So, Mom, how do you think Allison's doing?
I think she's doing a lot better, and she better not get too silly, dear.
Okay, but let's
But you, Dad.
cut. She's doing great.
Turn around. Let's see. Big chair. Okay, hang on with this hand. That's your big brother. Hi, Allie. What are you doing? Where are you going?
Around black.
Around the block? How's your arm feeling?
Twice good.
Look at me. Give me a nice smile. No. I think you're feeling a lot better today. Are you? Good. What kind of sucker is that?
Blow pop. I don't know. Goo goo gaga.
Allie. Do you like to go for walks?
I go for noon tomorrow.
Can you look at me and give me a nice smile? Forget it.
Hey, come here.
Allie, what have you got?
balloon.
Let me see the little bear.
Guys, I have to give you a little tip. Here. Guys, I have to give you a little. Why didn't we think of this before?
Hello. Allison. Who sent you these balloons? Let me see the teddy bear. Now let me see the balloons. Callie, you come over here by me for a minute.
I like the blue one.
What? Isn't it neat?
I like the blue colored one.
Give me a good smile. Show me the teddy bear. I can't see the teddy bear. Don't drop them. You're going to lose all the balloons. Hold on tight. They're blowing away. Go back by the step, honey, where they won't blow. Go up by the step. Then I'll be done. Let me... Oh, cute. Where's the teddy? Look at Mom. Yeah, they just woke up and she came down with their balloons. Oh, girl. Well, Allison, this is great. You can't ride your bike, but you can ride the Jeep.
That's fun.
Can you drive with one hand?
Yes. Just like Cliff. It was kind of crazy because sometimes I turn on the grass.
Well, you be careful and be a good driver.
Okay.
Okay, have fun.
I remember on the tape riding the baby when I was a baby. When Nick was giving me a ride on the Jeep, and I keep putting on reverse.
That's right. And we'd say, no, no, boo-boo.
The boat. Don't you see?
Well, Bill, you should have been helping.
I didn't get asked.
He was babysitting while the fun was going on.
He was doing a good job.
Ellie. Ellie.
The kids would have
What you
followed.
got?
Oh, hey. They were really kids.
Thank you.
Oh, somebody got it?
That was nice.
Jimmy planted tulips.
Guys, this is... Hey, Pat, I was just getting ready to shoot a picture at you.
Hey, yeah, you guys, get over there. All of you. You three.
Kyle,
all
did
of
they
you.
get the ones you hid over here?
Yeah,
I
pick
only
up,
got a
pick.
couple of them. I haven't checked out there by a tree yet.
What?
Jeffy, look around here.
Did anybody check to see if we got the mail today?
Yeah, they nailed it.
I love that spot. It's an old favorite.
The tree!
David, just go check over there by that tree.
Did we hit him again this year?
Get that off your head, Jeff.
Look up here, Nick.
Nick, look.
Jeff.
They're pretty Easter baskets.
Pretty
I'm
girl.
gonna start looking around with a spider web with a spider on it.
Allie,
Money in it?
what did you find?
No money!
What have you got in that bag? Have you got
I got a dime!
Easter eggs? Did Jenny help you?
Oh, I got a quarter. I got a quarter. Oh, that's a nickel. Whoa,
Put it in your pocket, rich man.
my nickel. Watch the maze.
You're pretty brave to leave all those eggs there.
Teenage.
Biggies. Now no one can get them.
You guys gonna look at what was in there?
He's dressing here. Come here, Jeff. Allie, what did you do here today?
Nothing.
Nothing.
It is my candy. Oh.
Hey, Allie. You look so pretty today. Say Happy Easter.
Before.
You're silly.
Happy before. Happy.
How's the picnic going, girls? Good. You guys look so cute. What did you have to eat at your picnic?
Cookies, candy, apples, and chips.
Cookies, candy, apples, and chips. What? And what did you have to drink?
Potato chips.
Potato chips. And what did you have to drink?
Lemonade.
Boy, what a special picnic. Let me move on this side. You silly girls. Let's see. Allie, I can't see your face. Allie.
Right up there. All right, you guys come out. Get on your chairs. I'll show you what we're going to make. Let's put this in here so when we open presents we can see a sign.
Hello, Caitlin.
Can you open it?
Caitlin. Hello, mister.
Caitlin, put this somewhere and don't forget it.
Julie. Hi. This is an umbrella. Hello.
Don't get so close.
Can I see the date? Hey.
No, stop. Turn it off. All right, Allie, should we
Hi,
show you what
Julie.
we're gonna make?
Julie. Nice balloon. Julie, I'm calling you.
Guys, this could be one of a couple things. All right, we're gonna make something. Hey, listen, we're gonna make something with really colorful beads. So if you're a boy like Eric, or even some of the girls, might want to just make them with beads. We made, didn't we, Allison? But it kind of had an accident, and we don't have one made anymore.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Julie.
It wasn't tight. Okay. So put your hand up if you want one with one of these things on it. Does everybody want one with that on? Eric, do you want one with on it, like a power thing? Or you want a plain one?
I'm going to try this one.
Plain one? Just like Indian?
Hi, Caitlin.
Okay.
Necklace is at Alice's birthday party. 35 tomorrow. I know that. Take a picture.
No. Caitlin, you're a helper.
Shut.
Well, just a couple. You gotta see them back where you see it. Well, in a minute, maybe, okay, but right now, let me take this stuff out.
Mom, how do you open it?
All right, Kelly, you don't want one on there, diamond?
I want one of the diamonds like
All right, then you have to, put them by the front.
I'm gonna take my snapshot.
You know what, I'll just put some bowls out, and then when you're next to somebody, just share, because we got lots of beans. And you can, okay, we'll just start here. And if you're by a bowl,
Mom, can I take my snapshot?
You can pour the beans in. Yeah, it's a couple of them. Now, I'll do the pouring. We already poured them all over the floor today. Beans everywhere. If you run out, I'll put more in. Okay? Zillions of them. Zillions of them.
I'm gonna give it. Okay, everybody is gonna get. Okay, that was the birthday girl. Okay.
Okay, birthday girl. Look at your brother.
Allison.
Birthday to be.
Put your head in.
Allison, look at your brother. You have your
Allison,
sister?
look at your head. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Got her. Mama, got her in that little box.
How you will be centered. There's a plain one, Aaron. And Callie, you want a plain one? Yeah, I'll pick it off. You like the boy necklace, huh?
Mama, I don't want friends.
You know, yours is right next to you. Look. All right, guys, go ahead and start putting those beads on. It takes a lot of beads. And you know what? If you get done really early, I cut some smaller ones. You can make it into a bracelet.
Okay, anybody need help?
You know what? Wait, Erica. Here, put a knot at the end of his, and then it won't. Well, that's a good idea. Come on, yeah.
Anybody need help?
The rest you don't need.
Need help?
There, now see the knot, Kelly? That
I'm
means you
not
put
a
the beads on
baby.
this side,
Need help?
and then it won't fall off the string. Okay?
You need help?
Well, honey, you don't have to ask him. You look around and you'll know if somebody wants help. Or if you want help, you would just ask.
Make of course I don't need help. Are you helping?
Are you helping?
No. Kelly.
Okay.
There, I'm
Hi, helper.
Is this I'm your helper.
These are going to be so cool. Oh, you're good at that.
That's gonna be the best.
They're all going to be beautiful.
No, mine's gonna be.
After you leave, I'm going to make myself one.
Birthday girl, she's gonna be the best. Probably. She's always the best because she's the little.
How you doing on your necklace, Callie?
Good.
Good.
Hi, Amy. I'm the only one that did blue. Amy, hi. And I got not the jiggler as a blue. Amy is spitting on the camera. I have a blue.
Okay. Is everybody's necklace tied?
You're spitting on the camera, Amy. Amy.
All right, now, are you guys...
Amy, you're setting a bad example.
No, let's not do that. All right, are you guys ready to listen, or else your lunch won't be good? You won't know how to make it.
Okay.
What do you make?
Hi, bud.
I like that toast.
How are the pizzas going, guys?
Yummy.
Good cooks.
Me and Amy just had pizza last night for dinner before we went. I want my Coke. Ice cream.
Just a minute.
DQ. I don't want my Coke.
Yeah, I don't think you want to. You want to cook it so that it melts real nicely.
I put 2
Allie, you
Cokes.
got a nice pizza there.
Yummy. Yummy. Done. I haven't had this kind of pizza for a long time.
Me either.
Me either. I never had this. Because now we're just taking globs of dough and rolling. She's doing it. Ellison, why are you eating your pizza so messy?
You didn't cook yours. We haven't cooked them yet, and Allie ate her whole pizza already. They must be good if they don't even need cooking.
It's a pizza. She's a pizza monster. The pizza monster.
Allie, would you like another one that we put on our plate when we cook? Or is that all you're going to want?